Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Williampierre, here back in another video, and today I'm going to be doing another tier list for Blox Fruits. It is going to be the PvP tier list, which is kind of the sequel to the grinding tier list. It's going to be the last tier list I do until update 17.3 comes out, so yeah. In 17.3 everything is going to change, so once that update's passed, don't use this tier list, it's useless after that. This is going to be just for PvP, meaning player versus player, meaning 1-on-1, 1-on-2, 2-on-2, 1-on-3 even. I don't know how many people you're fighting at once, but I'm hoping it's not more than 2, because otherwise you're going to be having a bad time. Starting off this tier list, we have the Barrier Fruit. The Barrier Fruit is kind of a trolling fruit. It's not great at PvP, but it's actually not that bad. It's not the worst, so I'm not putting an A tier. It's got the knockback and it can cage people. So I'd want to put in C tier, but it's just not worthy of C tier. It's kind of garbage. The Bomb Fruit is pretty obvious. It's just going to be an E tier. Butterfruit is something that changes massively between the grinding and the PvP tier list. Because the Butterfruit is a melee or a swords fruit, you can't use the Butterfruit on its own. It's absolutely terrible on its own. You have to complement it with something, and with that, it's very overpowered. I can barely even put this in B tier, because while it's not great at PvP, I can't say it's bad because it does have the advantage that if you're within range of it, you are screwed unless you can get out of it, and usually they have strategies to get closer to you. Such as Mink v3, and then using, like, ranged weaponry, like, I don't know, Electric Claw, or Tushita, or whatever they want to use. The Chop Fruit. This one's pretty good as well. Less on the PvP tier list than on the grinding tier list, because people are just gonna switch back to their fruit or their fighting style instead of fighting you with their sword. That's why I'm gonna put it at like top of D tier, because I'm being a little harsher, but in reality, even if they are a sword main, which is literally the second rarest thing for someone to main other than gun, it's still, like, barely a setback for them. They just need to switch to something else, which they will always have something else that they can use. The Control Fruit, this thing's like C tier. It's bad. In PvP, most people say that it's, like, easily avoidable, and, it does have Kenhaki breaking with its first move, the Levitate. Well, technically its second move, because the first move is Room. But it has Levitate, and that's Kenhaki breaking, I guess. Not very useful. And it takes like 10 years to do half your attacks, so it's not great. Dark is actually a decent PvP fruit. I'm going to put it in B tier. Mostly because you can use it, for example, the Awakened Dark, you can pull people in and knock them far away. I'd actually like to put it above Buddha. It has some pretty useful uses as both a main and a side fruit. Side fruit basically meaning that you use something else with it to make it better, without using the fruit as a main means of dealing damage. Then you have the Diamond Fruit. The Diamond Fruit gives damage resistance, and other than that, not great at PvP. It's easily avoidable, and it can't go well with people who sky camp. And a lot of people sky camp nowadays, so that's gonna be like a D tier. I'd like to put it there. That'll do. The next one, the Door Fruit, great at PvP, not for the same reason that it's terrible at grinding, well, kind of. It's great at PvP because you can avoid fights however you like. You can just teleport away. Someone wants to fight you, without you wanting to fight them, you just disappear. And you can also enter fights or get back into the fight pretty easily. So I'm gonna put Door as an A tier. It's very good for leaving and entering the fight without people being able to do anything about it. Dark Fruit, that's gonna be a B tier. It's a good fruit, but it's not that good. It's kind of one of those fruits where it's really expensive. You can't use it early game. And even when you use it late game, it lacks something. And what it lacks is overall ability, which is why it's getting an awakening. It's not great. Dragon, I'm putting that in A tier. It can sky camp the ever-living crap out of anyone. Falcon Fruit? Yeah, I'm gonna put it there. I might just swap that there. That seems better. Then we have the Flame Fruit, Lurgia, not useful in the second and third. See, everyone has Haki. Sky Camping with this is kind of mid, not that great. And its overall attacks are kind of basic and easy to dodge, even as an Awakened Fruit. It's not going to be bottom of D tier, it's going to be bottom of C tier though. Gravity, I have literally no clue what the use of this thing is in grinding, but in PvP, it's really annoying, so I'm going to put that at top of C tier. You can really annoy people. In fact, actually, you can incapacitate people, so I think using this as a sort of support fruit would not be that bad. If you're in a 2v1. If you're not, like, 2v1ing someone, don't use it. Otherwise, it's really good. Ice Fruit is gonna be a tough decision, that's what it's gonna be. I think it's kind of A tier for that. It's kind of made for it, really. It's really good in PvP. Kilo Fruit, as you can probably expect, kind of useless. Light Fruit, not nearly as good in PvP as it is in PvE. I'm gonna put it top of C tier. Love Fruit, I don't know what this thing does. I'm just gonna put it there, presuming that it's not that bad. I've never used it, never seen anyone use it. I've heard it has stun. Probably good in PvP, but since it doesn't have an awakening, and since no one uses it, I'm gonna presume it's pretty bad. Magma, I'd like to put in A tier. Magma is just an all-round broken fruit. I see a lot of people using it in PvP. I see quite high bounty hunters using it in PvP. It's got great damage with fire damage. It's also got big AoE, hard to dodge attacks. It can fly. It's good. The Paw Fruit is another one I don't know how good it is, but because it's expensive, I'm going to have to presume it's at least kind of here. Phoenix, I have no clue. Actually, I kind of have an idea. Phoenix is actually kind of good in PvP. I'm gonna put it bottom of D tier though, or top of D tier. It's not good. It's not great. Quake, Awakened Quake. I've seen this used before. Once. It's like maybe C tier. I want to put in C tier really badly because it's actually kind of one of my favorite fruits, but I'm gonna move this up there. Replace the two. Because Awakened Phoenix may have gotten nerfed, but it's still not that bad. Revive Fruit is actually good because you can get a second life. You're not dead if you, well, die. So let me move this up there. It looks pretty weird, but that's kind of how I'm gonna have to do it. Rubber Fruit, it has a counter to Rumble, which is actually pretty hard counter. There's not much Rumble can do, but its moves are kind of lackluster. Supposedly we're going to get a sort of rework of Rubber next update, so I'm hoping that brings something. Other than that, I'm not sure if it's going to do much. Rumble, as we were talking about it, I'd like to say it's top of B tier. It's pretty damn good at PvP. Because of its stun, and its large AoE, and its ability to teleport, it's good. I like it. Sand. Sand is another awakened fruit that I kind of neglect. Mostly because its unawakened version sucks. I don't really know how good it is in its awakened form. I'm going to put it bottom of B tier. And that's all I'm going to do with it. Shadow. Shadow kind of doesn't mean much to me, mostly because I've seen a lot of people using it. I've been comboed by it. I hate the fruit, fighting it anyway. I'm willing to say that it's probably somewhere in A tier. Not just because of its price. You know what? In fact, I'd almost be willing to say Dragon is S tier, because Dragon is disgustingly powerful when used properly. Smirk's bottom of E tier. Its main thing is that it's Lurga and it can fly, its flight is bad, and its Lurga means nothing in PvP when people have Haki. Soul, this is gonna be an A tier. Now, where on A tier? I'd say around here. Its usage of souls is pretty overpowered. And it has stun, it has pretty good damage, AoE isn't terrible. It has auto has an auto aim on its final move, I guess. It's kind of just locks onto you. Spike bottom of E tier. Spin bottom of E tier. No, not even. It's gonna be like there. In fact, I'm gonna put that there. Spring E tier as well. Don't even bother with E tier. The order is random because it doesn't mean anything. You shouldn't be using them anyway. String, I have not seen this in PvP. I think it's garbage in PvP. But I'm saying it's not terrible garbage. Venom. Bottom of A tier because I know that it gets countered quite easily. And its attacks are kind of like... They kind of have auto aim. Kind of. And even then, not great. Its damage is good if you're dumb enough to kind of walk into it. The puddles don't do anything unless the opponent walks into it. And most of the time people are sky camping nowadays or flying. So it doesn't do anything. Going through the list again, we got Magma, Dragon, Soul, Shadow, Door, Awakened Ice, also Awakened Magma, Venom, Awakened Rumble, Awakened Dark, Awakened Buddha, Dough, Gravity, Awakened Light, Awakened Sand, Control, Chop, Paw, Flame, Phoenix, Awakened, both of those, Revive, Gum, Spring, Quake, Diamond, Love, Barrier, Falcon, Smoke, Spring, Kilo, Spin, Bomb, and Spike, but the order doesn't matter. That's going to be my full PvP list, tier list on Blox fruits for every fruit in PvP. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.